Welcome to Beer Right Back, the Lounge Beer Podcast. Today we're going to be reviewing some beers from Moab in Utah. Well, Moab, the company.
Well, Moab Brewery.
Moab Brewery in Utah. Hey.
What do we have first, Adam?
Let's bring that up. Adam is our first guest bartender. This is his second time on the show, and today he brought us so courteously some of these beers from Moab.
Hey, it was my pleasure.
The great leader himself. This is a great honor. Usually we would have let Kim Jong-un be the bartender, but that's only because he's got the nukes. So you are truly a cherished man.
We value beers more than nukes. So
in the right circumstances.
Yeah.
So the first thing we have from Moab is the Moab Especial, which is a golden wheat ale.
Golden wheat ale.
Mm-hmm.
Especial.
I like the sound of that. Adam, you went to Moab Brewery,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You were in Moab
Yes, I was
recently.
physically in Moab, and I went to their brewery.
From the source. This is a much paler beer than I expected.
Yeah. I was very surprised when I went there, and they had like all of this stuff in bottles, just like for sale,
It's kind of nice.
in like variety 12 packs.
That doesn't happen too
I was
often.
just like, dang.
Really.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in like Flag, how there's like Dark Sky and a variety of other places that just like.
Yeah, you
They're
just
just,
like can't get their shit at the brewery, which it kind of makes sense because if you're there, might as well get it on tap. But
Yeah.
But I want to bring it to my friends.
yes,
Exactly.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Very interesting. I might change glasses after this one. This glass smells like wet dog, and I don't know why. The beer, does it smell like wet dog?
I smelled it. I don't think so.
Okay. I think it's my
No,
glass.
I'm not getting any.
Okay, it tastes good.
That's good.
Do you want me to go just get another glass right now?
Do you mind?
No, yeah, I do not mind.
This is interesting because this is kind of like in between what I think of as a wheat ale and then something closer to like a Corona or something. This is kind of the Mexican style lager taste, and then some of the weedy aftertaste as well.
Gotcha.
Oh, you got me the glass with the dog on it.
It's a close cousin.
One
It's not
dog
wet.
to another.
Yeah.
Will be.
Thank you.
Adam gets the full challenge of trying to equally distribute one 16-ounce can into 4 beverage containers that are not all pint glasses, and one of them
Is a mason jar.
always throws us off.
Yeah.
So.
There's still a little left from this one.
Oh, I could use a little.
Alright.
This is like
Good
really like a pretty sweet beer, but then not like that kind of sweet like I think of when I think of like PBR or something. Like I think the shittier beers are like they kind of have that sweet flavor, but it's nasty to me. And this goes good, I think, with the beer.
Subtly sweet. And definitely enough grain flavor too.
Yeah, it's just kind of a nice, simple but still like refined beer. You know, I can't complain about it.
But it doesn't really doesn't trip my trigger too hard. So
Easy drinking is a term we throw around a lot in this podcast, but this is this is very easy drinking.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It is a golden wheat, as you expect. Fairly light.
And I think you kind of
Goes down well.
really like kind of nailed it on the head with like the Corona parts of it. But like in this case, it's not like a Corona in that it's good and you want to drink more of it.
Right.
So do you think you could use like a lime? Like
I mean, you could, I could see that happening.
well,
in
yeah,
here.
I think this is inferior to La Cumbre's beer for that simple reason is that I want to put a lime into this almost, and that one's already just pre-limed, which makes it more convenient for me.
Oh.
pre-lime.
I'm very happy with it as it is. To me, this is a good. I don't want to speak for you, Adam, but this is a good lawnmower beer. Is this refreshing after your escapade in the backyard?
This is very refreshing after weed whacking in the backyard.
That's what it should be called, is the wheat whacker.
Whoa.
Oh,
Hey,
Nice.
there you go.
man.
Yeah, if you guys ever make a wheat beer, there you go.
We-
Shout out to Sierra Nevada. You can use it. You just have to say our name once.
I will say
private.
that this is probably the fanciest can that Moab Brewery has.
It's a good looking can.
Yeah.
The rest of them are kind of all the same style, kind of the plainer cans.
This is like Dia de los Muertos style, right? It's
Yep.
got the skull with flower eyes, and it's really deeply intricated and stuff.
Yeah. It's got a very like Western, I guess, feel to it.
Southwestern.
Like
Yeah,
movie.
sorry, yeah, stereotypically, if anything.
I would drink this beer on any hot summer day, out in a patio chair.
Okay.
Full stop.
That's it.
I think it's not quite there.
Yeah.
It needs like another step to be there for me. This is a little bit anemic.
kinda,
I think anemic is like the best word I can think of to describe this.
It's.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, despite it not really, tripping my trigger, it.
Yeah, that's mine.
I'm just quoting you.
that?
I'll quote Nicholas et al. 2019.
No, it's just me, bitch.
Okay.
Quote, tripping my trigger.
But it's like, I think it's got like chuggability going for it. Like,
Well, sure.
it's not it. I can't find any offensive parts in this. For
No,
sure.
definitely.
It's just not as nuanced as most craft beers that we have drank on this podcast.
This was much more flavorful to me on the first couple of sips, and now, like as I've finished it, it's kind
It's
of
like hit that
it's
sort
kind of watery
neutral.
by the end of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Adam, do you have any remarks?
I will say that it probably appeals to the Moab crowd, considering it's a lot
Sure.
of like outdoorsy and like sort of you come home after a hot day in the fucking Moab heat with the sun reflecting off the slick rock, and you just want something easy.
Yeah, I see that.
That's the one.
Sure.
I
believe it.
got a number.
I think I have one.
I've got one.
I'm gonna go 57.
Holy shit, that was the one I was thinking that same exact number.
Lies. Deception.
No. I went to I was like, it's not a 55, it's not a 60, it's kind
Exactly.
of a 57.
And this is like one of my first non-5 or 0 ratings.
Yeah,
This is like one of the
yeah.
first times I've done ending in a 7. So sorry to take it from you, Jeremy.
I'll give it a 50.
Okay, not
Not feeling this
rocking
one
your
as much.
socks.
No, it's okay.
I'm in like the 55 ballpark.
Wait. Oh, we haven't read our little thing.
Oh, it's on my computer. I'll see. Let's see how I can do. Have I been studying? Here on Be Right Back, we have a rating system. It goes from 0 to 100, with 0 being death and 100 being perfect beer. 40 is the cutoff of a beer that you're going to finish the glass. 60 is a good beer. 80 is a great beer. With that in mind, I give this a 57.
Yep.
And 57 and a 50 and a 55.
5.
So 55 or 54 or something.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Very neat. What do we have next?
All right, next up.
Get that beer out of your glasses, boys. We're going in raw.
In keeping up with, I guess, lighter, we have the Dead Horse Amber, which is a premium amber ale from Moab Brewery.
Dead horse.
Premium.
Hope it doesn't taste like a dead horse or a wet dog.
Oh!
Jesus.
I hope this is premium because the last one didn't have premium on it. So this has got to be at least somewhat better, right? With the word premium
It
on it?
must be.
Sure.
A label will never lie to you on any food product.
That's right.
Ever.
We here at Wool Over the Eyes Incorporated would like to tell you.
Is it wool or wall?
Wool.
I
Wool.
thought it was wall.
You also thought that, who was it?
Holland Oats.
Holland Oats is not Hall
Not
and
from-
Oats.
It's not
It's Holland Oats.
No, I thought it was.
Oh, it's from Holland.
Holland Oats. Yeah.
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 Yeah. When it's in fact two separate people.
When in fact.
Anyways, on to the amber, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Another very sweet beer.
Yeah. This time it's kind of got more like you're drinking a red smell to it, and it kind of finds its way into the taste. Not as like extreme, I suppose, but I mean the color of this beer is a little darker than the first one we had.
It's kind of like a pale ale almost,
Yeah.
or an IPA.
Certainly doesn't look strong enough to be an amber.
Yeah. I don't get a big amber flavor either, in fact.
Not really. It's pretty unoffensive.
It's kind of doing the same thing as the last one. It's just got a little more flavor to it, I suppose.
It's just that version. It's
Yeah.
like their version of an amber so far. Yeah.
Still, yeah, very easy drinking, but not like thought provoking, I suppose.
I would drink this in exactly the same situation. If I want something cold, and if I want to get a little buzz,
There you go.
and I don't want to think about it.
Maybe that's like Adam. Maybe Adam nailed it out of the head. Then, like just saying that, if you're a Moab-based brewery, that's what you want to make is really easy drinking beers because the crowd is all sweaty and tired and dirty and just like totally on the verge of like passing out, and the only reason that they would stay up any longer is to like chug 4 beers.
You're telling me that this beer does well in the heat stroke crowd.
Just as other classics like water would do. Pretty well. Yeah, it's there.
I want to say something about it, but
It's very.
I pretty much said it all.
Yeah.
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 I think I'm enjoying this one a little more than the last, just because it having amber on the can is kind of
Right.
the thing they were going for. At least is more interesting than just like a wheat ale is. I mean that is a bias of different types of beer, but nonetheless it has more flavor going for it.
Sure.
In that case.
I also think today is the right day to be having these since it's pretty warm out. And if it was any colder in the bar, I would probably be rating these a little lower. But today is the day. This is okay right now.
Yeah.
Hitting 70-degree weather.
Yeah.
Beautiful summer in Flagstaff.
What do you think about this beer, Adam?
I think, you guys hit it for the most part on the head. I guess the only other amber that I really had to compare to is Alaskan.
And this is very different.
I know, yeah. I know that Nick isn't a big fan of Alaskan amber. I don't mind Alaskan amber, but it's much... I feel like this is lighter.
Mm-hmm.
But
lot.
I could be wrong.
Than Alaskan? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I
I thought you were
Alaskan-
saying the last one, and I was like, hey, you're splitting hairs there a little bit.
The
Alaskan is kind of in the ballpark of... to me, Alaskan is kind of a benchmark of ambers, where to me, I think of that as like the amber.
Yeah.
This is
Nowhere.
not the amber. This is a different, which is not bad.
Yes.
But this is a pretty wide margin away from the typical amber.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to jump right to it, but I think I'm going to be giving this beer the same exact score that I gave the last one, because they are very similar, and neither of them do anything really wrong, but yeah, this is a solid 50.
Wow. And I mean, given my previous comments, I will give this one more point than the last one. And get up to a grand total of 58 out of 100.
A whole point.
52.
Whoa.
While the other one had the deniability of being, well, this was supposed to be a golden wheat ale, so it's supposed to be really light and really refreshing. I don't think of an amber ale as you're not supposed to hit the super light, super refreshing note in an amber. If they meant to do it, good for you for hitting it. But for me, if I got this when I wanted an amber, I would be pretty disappointed. That being said, it's drinkable. It's fine.
Thus, the rating shows. Yeah, I'd probably give it like a 53 as well. One point above Sean, I guess.
Sean's a dick.
All right, this one better be stellar, Adam.
Or you're never bartending again.
These are a hard crowd to please.
Pinky raised. We got a hungry bar here today. We got 3 people who have not had beer in 8 hours. So,
all right. So our next thing is the FMU, which is a double IPA.
this better be a little different.
Shit.
It says double IPA on it, so
You know it's gotta be good.
So Nick and I have tried briefly their IPA.
Yes.
Not briefly. I drank most of it.
95% of it.
I will say briefly, but
well, Sean.
it was pretty good. I liked their IPA. It was didn't knock my socks off. It was an IPA, but it was a pretty tasty IPA. Thank you very much.
Well, now think of that beer and
Double.
multiply it by 2.
Wow, that's actually.
It smells rather good.
Is that the hop I don't like?
Oh no.
We might be going down a dangerous path.
At what point during your critiquing career will you be able to evolve out of that and just skip right
I feel
past
like
it?
I'm relatively close to it now.
Okay.
Like I notice it, and I don't like. If I was at a bar buying it, I would never buy this beer a second time or whatever. But I feel like I can rate it relatively objectively.
Sean, what hop is that?
Who knows? I have no idea. I'm not sure.
Okay. Good
What
one.
are the hops
of
in
those.
this one?
And I don't even know if this is it. Just by the smell, I'm not sure.
Okay. So powering your hop rocket, Columbus and Simcoe.
Okay.
Hops.
So we'll narrow it down to 2.
Well,
if
Continental
it's-
hops
Oh.
and Cascade hops.
Okay, narrow it down
Okay,
to
it's
4.
not Cascade.
Okay.
So 3.
Maybe
So it's either
yeah,
Columbus,
anyways,
Simcoe.
Cheers.
Gentlemen.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh.
Well,
this
you've
is
got
good. This is a good balance, though. Like this, normally that hop hits me over the head, and in this, it's like kind of on the back burner behind some of these other ones. So, I don't know. I like this. This is a fine double IPA.
Yeah, I'd say this is just a hair tinged down from a typical or what I perceive as a double IPA. It's like kind of on the same vein as the other ones where it's pretty relaxed and targeted towards a dirty, sweaty crowd. So, but it's really good. I mean, I like double IPAs and I like IPA, so anything that falls in between that range is going to do pretty well. Man, at least we've figured it down to 3, huh?
Yeah,
Well, I don't know.
more work to be done.
There's kind of a really specific, like, bitter tinge in at the first part. But for me, it kind of just like goes down, like I'm getting like an aftertaste now, like 5-10 seconds later. But it's kind of, I don't know. It's not enough to really like carry it. It's like it's all bitter forward with. Granted, it's a really specific kind of like tangy bitterness, I guess. But like other than that, it's just kind of like, oh, it's over.
I can see that. Back weighted, definitely.
Yep. There's like a bit going in, and then upon swallow, it's like it just hits you.
Upon swallow.
Upon the swallow.
Is that your porn production company name?
It could be.
Upon Swallow Hill.
I will say that. So I've had the IPA and the double IPA when I was in Moab, specifically after writing.
Oh.
And
Okay, when we rate, you'll have to give us the comparison between your rating now and your best estimate as what your rating would have been then. Mm-hmm.
The
Because
discrepancy.
yeah,
I mean, I did just get done weed whacking. So.
that's true.
It's the exercise differential.
Oh, we can start developing like
Delta.
coefficients. And deltas. Yeah, right. Like
Another dimension on the spreadsheet.
More data.
more hop.
This is. I get a really big. I don't see an ABV on this, but it has like a pronounced boozy hit.
9.6%.
There it is.
Oh.
I get 9.6% of that. In that way, I can see the full double IPA out of this.
It does warm your stomach kind of a little bit, doesn't it?
I get it like in the middle of my tongue, which is weird because I normally alcohol is almost always just like a warming in the back of my mouth. And in this case, this is one of the only beers I've had that I think I can get it like as soon as it hits my tongue, I kind of go like, oh, what's that?
For me, alcohol kind of like, I don't know, it kind of activates the part in your nose that makes you want to sneeze.
Yeah.
Usually it doesn't make me sneeze, but it's kind of that like feather inside your nose somehow.
The activator.
And it's definitely hitting that one.
This is a good double IPA. This is nothing to write home about,
Certainly.
but holy shit, if you were like, how many breweries are in Moab? Like, two?
I want to
Or
say
maybe
One and a
one?
half.
either just Moab Brew or maybe there was another one, but Moab Brew was like one of the, I think, pretty much the only one I saw.
Yeah.
There can't be more than 2.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And I could just imagine being like living in Moab or living near Moab and being a fan of IPAs and just going like, fuck, I wish we had access. I wish Dogfish had brought 90 Minute here or something. And then Moab does this and you're like, we have it. We've got one.
we have something.
This would be great. This is, a unremarkable is maybe a more aggressive word that I'm looking for, but this is a fine, if not unremarkable, double IPA.
Aside from the one hop that you don't like.
Yeah. Which, even I could live with that. And so therefore, if you're not an idiot, you probably like it a little bit more.
Is there a little more in that can?
Yes, there is.
Man, I ate a steak before I came over here, and I'm still like, I kind of
Look
got
at
like,
Mr. Moneybags.
you can afford more than lentils.
Lentils and quesadillas.
I'm lucky if I can stand near a cow.
I'm still like getting heartburn from this.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting like acid reflux from just drinking 2 ounces of this beer.
I brought a new thing of Tums since I
Oh,
eat all the Tums all the time while I'm here.
hook me up with that shit.
You're on your own.
Not to distract for a minute.
From the product placement.
Yeah. Did this get better over time for you guys?
We had the IPA. This is the double IPA.
No, I'm saying like
I'm sorry.
in this sitting.
I'm an idiot. I'm enjoying this more now, yes.
Yeah, I'm noticing the same thing.
As you acclimate to it, it's like getting
Yeah.
better, or maybe as it's warming up or something.
I start to notice different things in it that like in the middle ground weren't there, but now they are because I'm getting like more than like 5 ounces because we're splitting a tall boy between 4 people.
I think there's like fruity, juicy IPAs. There's like super piney IPAs. This to me is like kind of a florally. It's not like doesn't taste like lemons or oranges, and it doesn't taste like pine needles. But it tastes like flowers or like grass or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that, and I kind of don't. I'm on the fence about it. I like when beers are way fucking orange juice or way pine, like just chewing on pine needles.
You like the extremes.
Yeah, and this is kind of there in the middle, and like, hey.
Yeah.
The logo kind of makes me think that I'm gonna have to take a rocket. Like, it's got a logo of an astronaut, and then the rocket shape is of a hop, and it sort of implies that I'm going to blast off on a space trek made possible by a magical hop fairy.
Not so.
Not quite that good.
Well,
Good logo though.
it's kind of one of those like really dry IPAs, and not just because of like the the 9.6 ABV, but sort of like it doesn't quite do the like pine needle or the floral thing. It's like in the middle, or it's on like the third third point of that triangle in which IPAs could sort of
exist
within. It was definitely on that kind of like I guess I don't have a good analogy, but like sandy, dry,
Felty.
I wouldn't go that far.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've never said the word filthy, but it's sort of, I don't know, it reminds me of like a kind of a lesser version of the Duke, which we had earlier, but definitely like it still reminds me of the desert more so than like
the Duke.
a floral IPA would.
I will
That
agree
was
with
good,
you
wasn't
that this is a very like dry double.
Yeah,
Like,
and it,
that's
like,
sort of what I was when I first had it. I was just like, yeah, exactly. I was just like, I could use like some water, not because I'm like tipsy, but just because like my mouth is very like parched.
But see, this is good for the mountain bikers because even though it's not rehydrating and refreshing you, you're getting drunk. So that'll always help.
There you go.
Yeah, and by the way, you don't have to be a mountain biker to enjoy that. I mean, anybody at home who's like, man,
Really?
I could go for a buzz right about now.
No way,
Grab
dude.
yourself a 9.6% FMU.
Yeah.
That's like a what is that referencing?
I feel like it's obvious. I want to say it's something to do with rocketry.
It is, but it's like the AMU or the IMU. There's like a specific thing that's referencing, and now I forget what it is.
Can we swear?
Huh?
Can we swear? Okay, there we go.
Have you?
Stands for fuck me up.
Oh.
oh,
No, I don't know. No, I'm
I mean, it
fucking
probably
kidding.
does.
Yes.
Actually, they probably
You
did
might-
that on
yeah.
purpose. But I think it's AMU, but I don't. I don't know what I get like. I feel like there's like information constantly like streaming in one ear and out the other, and my brain just like randomly like grabs
Oh, yeah.
like a syllable at a time, and then remembers it for a stupid amount of time. So
The closest thing I can find as AMU, as you describe it, is atomic mass unit. Which is
that's
like,
what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Never mind.
what's that thing that's like? Well, it's got an astronaut on it, and the first thing I think of is EVA, like extravehicular.
Oh, the Kerbal Space Program.
I don't know, but EVA has nothing to do with.
Well, yeah, EVA. It's like
EVA.
exiting the capsule.
Yeah.
Extravehicular activity.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably that. But FMU are none of those letters.
Well, anyways,
Anyway,
that's a fine beer. Adam, if you had to rate it.
If I had to rate it, I would give it a 61.
I was gonna go as high as 65.
60.
63. I know I'm the asshole that put my rating in between all of yours, but that's what I was going to say beforehand.
And yet,
That's the true. I don't know.
we had for a moment, one episode, we were like, hey, let's write them down beforehand, so we're not like, subject to other people's ratings, and
Well,
then we stopped.
The point of that was to just have. I think what we did before that was we would be like, let's start rating them, and then we'd like him and haw and discuss it more and more afterwards, and then you'd get somebody rating it. I'd give it a 50, and then the next person would take like a solid minute to rate it, and that's what I didn't want.
Okay.
Was like I want everybody to just be like, this is my rating.
I mean, if you want rapid fire, I feel like we can just sort of.
Well, no. Once we start rating things, I want to just have the ratings like that, and that was kind of the point.
Yeah.
So, in that, I think we're doing very well.
Anyways, I hate to be that guy, but we should wash out our glasses now since there's a stronger flavor
right.
of beer inside one of them.
This is like the one step past my level of beer snobbery that I've never participated in is rinsing the glass between. Like if I'm at home, maybe I will.
Yeah.
If it's something real, if it's like a double IPA and I'm going to a sour, yeah.
Yeah.
I still even wouldn't because how much you think about like how many milliliters of liquid are still in your glass, and it's like fractions.
I think it's like at the end of the day, it's really just a formality thing. Like,
Yeah.
like you
I want
go to a buffet.
zero chance that these are going to interfere.
I mean, it's even like you go to a buffet and they ask you to like use a different plate or whatever, and it's just
Do
like,
they?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, I'm white trash.
And it's like, and you're like thinking in your head at a buffet, you're like, well, like this is still a good plate. It's just got some like barbecue sauce on it, and I'm just getting like rice or whatever. So like, who cares? But then like,
Do they really do that?
some buffets
You guys
do
are
that.
lying to me.
No, dude, that's
No.
like every buffet I've ever been to is like
It's so wasteful.
you get a fresh plate.
It is, but it's just
Yeah.
kind of like one of those things that it's
I
just a
would
formality.
Not, I would
Like,
not do that. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, most people don't.
It might be a. Oh, he's gonna dry them too.
Whoa.
It might be a numbers thing too. it might be a numbers thing too, where they're trying to determine how many plates are leaving. Like if you refill,
that makes more sense.
if you refill a plate a bunch of times, they have no idea like how many plates of food has left because you're just refilling the plate over and over again. And they have to have like people up there with like little clickers, like counting how many people came up to their station or whatever. But if you just get a new plate,
What
they can
stations? What fucking buffets are you guys going to?
Well, I don't see the clicker people like.
Well, no,
counting
I don't either. But I'm saying that's like that might be one of the things that they're looking for is like this is how many plates ended up in the dish pit, and so like this is how many meals we can approximate we've served.
But then like I think they know that by like how quickly a vat of ravioli needs to be refilled. They have that data there from that.
But they have no idea whether that vat of ravioli is being eaten in 100 meals or 2 meals.
But they do if they have to replace it in an hour versus in 15 minutes. They know like how quickly those plates are leaving.
Sure.
I don't know.
This is all. Yeah, I'm not a buffet expert
You don't handle the like data analysis
at
Hometown
Chinese
Buffet.
Star or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually.
All right.
An amber lager.
What the
Next,
fuck
we
is
have a
this?
sit down,
This is
shut
more
up, and
Amory-
hold on.
Rachel Bike.
Do you see that?
Rocket bike. You don't.
It was to the side, and I sort of was like, "What the fuck?"
The K is a little H, but this is
It-
more amber than the amber.
You know what's funny is that when I read that, I thought that it was similar to how you can order a Rachel instead of a Reuben.
What?
And it like it doesn't have the sauerkraut. It has like coleslaw or something.
Yeah,
What the hell?
it's like a
Never heard of
weaker
that.
version of a Reuben,
Hey,
and
is
you're
Is
like,
that like slight sexism inside
Sure.
the sandwich
yeah,
community? or
definitely.
It's not the weaker version. God damn it! Some people just like coleslaw. Fuck you.
This is definitely much more amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A much
I'll take like 10%
more
more.
opaque or darker red than the first one.
Thank you, friend.
Is there still some left in there?
This does smell more like an amber than the amber did. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I'm excited to have my first amber from Moab Brewery.
Sure.
It smells.
Gentlemen.
Cheers. Yeah, that's the flavor.
That's amber.
That's an amber.
There it is.
Why wasn't that
Why-
in the other one?
Why is it a lager?
There's no lager flavor.
Dude, they're so confused over there. They're
They are
sweating.
probably suffering from heat strokes.
Yeah, right.
Now, I will say this is like smoother.
I was gonna mention that same word.
Yeah, like I think of. I dislike lagers. I like ales. But the thing to lager's credit is that it is a smoother flavor. There's not such an abrupt change between different things. And to me, this is a very smooth transitioning amber. That being said, this is way more ambery than the amber.
Oh my
For
god.
sure. I also noticed. Do you get like a more sweet flavor somewhere in there than? Yeah, I think that's kind of what also makes it a lager. Is that this kind of a?
I got the same amount of sweet in the last amber than I got in this one.
Oh,
They're both pretty sweet.
okay.
So would you say it's just sort of a consistent note for most of their beers, or aside from the
Not the double
yes,
IPA.
but
Yeah.
a lighter shade.
yeah, sure. This is pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Despite the title, I'm like really enjoying this.
Yeah.
The weird eclectic mix of
I don't
those.
like don't like lagers, don't like ambers, but this is
Yeah.
Doing it for me.
downright drinkable.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know why, but whenever I see a checker pattern that isn't black and white, in this case the can is like turquoise and white, I also like always think of like race car driving for some reason.
I get
like
the
the-
same thing. I totally
Okay,
understand.
thank you.
Wait, when you do see one that's black and white, or when you do not see
When
one
it's a checker pattern, but not black and white, like a color and white.
And it's funny because in racing, it's black and white.
Yeah.
But I think of that as like, I get like ska out of that. Or like, like
that's what I
like,
sure. Yes.
Okay.
8th grade shopping at Hot Topic.
I can see that.
That's
yeah.
where I get placed when I see black and white checkerboard. And so this, to me, does scream like vintage, like 60s or 50s race car. I don't know.
And I don't know why, but this is like kind of one of the beers I would be enjoying at like a race car, a rally. I've never
A race?
Yeah.
When we had that, was it a Doppelbock? The Italian beer we had a couple episodes ago.
yeah.
This is kind of like the beer that you would drink while watching like Ferrari races in like the Italian countryside.
Yeah.
I disagree with that, but
Well,
I agree with the sentiment.
Okay, all right.
this is like kind of what I expected that other one to taste, and that it's like it's easy drinking, but it's still kind of got like this.
The other one being one of our
No,
we've
like
tried, or
a few episodes ago, or
It was the Dunkelweizen. It was the
yeah.
Worst. No, it wasn't
it was
the first
it was
final.
Rossi or something. That was in the parent submitted.
Oh shit, you're right.
But this tastes more like something I would drink
La Rosa.
while watching things go fast. I don't know why. I don't know why, but like this can is really selling me on that idea.
And I've been to a couple races, and it's always been in the summer. It's hotter than shit, and you're standing on asphalt. So it's like I need I was like 15, but now if I was in those shoes, I would be like, it's hot as fuck. I want a cool, like easy drinking beer.
Yeah.
And where the last ones I think were good because they were, I'm in the terminal stages of heat stroke. I need something I don't have to think about because my brain doesn't work and it's just gelatin right now. It's hotter than shit, but
You're still
I want
cognitive.
a beer that I can enjoy, like something to taste.
and dwell on. And
This has taste, but is still easy and refreshing.
yeah. So I guess that whole side spiel aside, I think it kind of deserves the lager and amber mix. Those two titles on the same. Easy drinking, but still like I don't know, like not like hits ya, but like
There is substance to it.
yeah,
It's complex enough.
A nice body of flavor that isn't one note.
I guess to pull back the veil slightly, so the Especial, Amber, and the Amber Lager all have the same ABV. They're all 4%, which is surprising.
Oh. That's not surprising at
Really?
all because
I expected
what
the weed
state
to be a lot.
What state are you in Moab?
Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
That's why. That's literally why those are all 4%.
It's like
because
some kind of like
the-
standard.
well, yeah. So they used to the highest thing that you could sell in a store outside of your own brewery was a beer that is 4%.
Oh.
Not anymore, but that's what it
even
used to
that was
be.
alcohol by weight, and I think that translated to like 5% ABV. I don't know. There's some confusion there.
It's
but-
at least
but-
close to 4%.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that these are all obnoxiously low.
right.
And when I have been in grocery stores in Utah, they're all like 4%, like
Yeah,
evenly
across the board.
4%. So there's something
Yeah.
there. And they changed that law recently, but that's why.
Gotcha. But so they're all 4%, and I don't know. Do you guys want to guess the IBU?
On this one,
Or I guess on all three of those, or just
Are these
guess
mysteries?
the
we're
range.
like
No,
retroactively. This is a good test.
wow.
This is not how much bitterness can you now taste thinking about it really hard? This is, what do you remember?
Yeah. Which 3?
On the Especial Amber, I'm not worried about... just because it's so incredibly different.
I'm going to say 5, 10, and 10.
Okay.
Those are really good
I'm
guesses.
glad I went first, because
I just want to hear them now. But I guess I'll go with 10, 15, 7.
15, 20, 25.
So I think Nick is actually the closest out of everybody.
Okay.
So they're all within 10 of each other. The Especial is 20.
Wow.
The Amber is 24, and the Lager is 28.
Jesus. They,
I don't get any. I
I mean,
most
they're not
most of
sours.
that.
No.
Sours have like a single integer value as an IBU, and anything outside of that typically, I at least in my head, is at least a 10.
by style, I agree. To me, these are very unbitter for their styles. So
Sure.
is why
Yeah.
I went so low.
I just think it's interesting that they're all so close to each other, which
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense, at least for the Amber and the Lager.
Yeah, typically
It's
ambers.
an Amber Lager.
Typically ambers are higher than 25, right?
I would think like 30
At least. Yeah.
Bless them.
There it is.
That's boozy.
Yeah.
That being said, what would you give the Rachel Bike Amber Lager?
It's fine.
I would give it
I
Rocket.
know, I know. Our viewers are very big-brained people. They can understand that I'm joking.
I would give this a 67.
57.
Jeremy?
This is like probably a 70 for me. It was like the first number I really settled on in my mind. So
All very good guesses. The actual answer is 60.
damn, what's the average of all that?
I don't fucking know.
It rests around like the mid 60s.
Yeah, 63 or something.
All right.
This is exactly a good beer. That's it.
I'm glad at least one of them tickled your taste buds.
Well, we've got 4 more to go. We're only halfway through. I have no doubt that they'll surprise us with something special.
All right. Next up, the Moab Pale.
Moab Pale. It's a cool can design. It's
Kind of a
the classic Moab can, but then they seem to always be changing up their little like background pattern, and I think that one looks pretty neat.
How would you describe that, Sean?
Blue and black.
Reminds me a bit of a Union Jack, at least on the side, but then I look at the center and it's like, nope, never mind.
It's kind of got this weird like mix between like Art Deco and like just a weird like crystalline structure of triangles.
Yeah, so like a geometric tribal pattern is the closest I can go.
But it's like
Pretty close.
it's like boxy or like angular enough to make me think Art Deco. It's an interesting mix.
Certainly.
But we're reviewing the beer here, not the the can design.
The beautiful liquid. All right.
Another beer that is more amber than the amber.
And just smell.
And look,
Yeah.
Feel.
And sound.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's a pale ale. I was waiting for it to be like
Yeah.
way less or way more than a pale ale.
Pulled some kind of bamboozle and
Yeah.
what they did with the amber, where it's just not much of an amber.
Right.
this is in some ways just kind of the like the par of the pale ale course. Like it's not like, you know, raising any eyebrows here, but it's also just like it's an alright pale.
Upon a couple more sips, I'm getting like enough bitterness that I kind of think it's actually like bitter enough to be an IPA. But like not super boozy. I'm having a hard time putting words on hoppiness in this. Like, this is not citrusy. This is not really floral, and this is not really
It's dry.
piney. It is bitter.
Yeah. I agree that it seems like there is a disproportionate amount of IBU in this beer, but it doesn't really taste like there's a lot of hop flavor.
Right.
And really all of the flavors altogether are kind of muted in comparison to the bitterness. It's sort of like we've descended back down into the Dead Horse Amber and the Especial in terms of you're sweaty, you're tired. Just fucking
Pour beer into my mouth.
just fucking slap me with that pale ale real fast. Like, good lord.
Is that called All Good Days?
What?
The golden wheat ale?
I think that's the quote. It's the Moab Especial. I don't think it might be All Good Days.
This is confusing. We'll have to research this.
All right, sorry. To get back to our current beer, this says, is it 10 million years in the making? Do you think? Do you taste that? It's like,
What?
right
I
below.
don't taste any more than 8.5 million years.
Okay.
That's 10 million is a little.
If I had to carbon date this beer,
I think they're talking about the rocks.
Yes, they're talking about the rocks, and I think also the petroglyphs that are sort of around Moab and the Canyon country.
I'm just thinking like it's a little cut and dry to kind of for the fanfare, I suppose. But we're not reviewing the can; we're reviewing the beer.
Sean, I think you're right. By the way, I think it is called All Good Days.
There's a little text on this can that says, Moab Pale Ale. We got your pale ale right here. Yep.
Pale ale.
You do.
Yep.
You're damn right. They need to add we got your damn pale ale right here.
Yeah.
We got your damn pale ale right here.
You ever like stop in the middle of the desert for like to like fill up your tank, and it's just like, you know, there's no premium gas, there's no like unleaded gas. You just see a sign that says
Gas.
This is that, but for a pale ale.
Last fill up for 75 miles.
Yeah. And so you're not gonna like complain about it. It's just gonna do you right.
It's going to keep me drunk until I fall asleep in my Best Western motel in Moab.
At least they're like conscious of it.
Mr. Moneybags again at the Best Western. Down at the roadway in like the rest of us.
Not at the Western. I'm at the Best Western.
See, you know, if you really want to stay in Moab, in the absolute best hotel, you stay at the Apache Inn.
Is that where you were?
No, me and my dad, when we took a trip up there one time before, that's where we stayed when it was just like we just went up there for like a weekend, and like I think it was like the middle of June.
No AC.
Don't go to Moab in the middle of June. At least if you plan to do shit outside.
Way too hot.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You'll be staying inside your $30 a night mediocre Western Inn.
Or dying.
Well, that's all of the climbing people, all the climbing community. They go to Moab and Indian Creek in winter because there's no way you could do that.
You could do it in spring or fall.
Yeah.
But like anywhere between like end of May to like mid or late August, it's like.
Well, and especially in climbing, you like the best time of day to do that kind of shit is when the rock is cold. You get like better grip, and your hands aren't like sweating.
Yeah.
So I can see that definitely.
There you go. But yeah, I don't know what to say about this. It is fairly standard. I'm definitely there. I think at least in the terms of ales, I think their double IPAs.
To their credit, this is the pale version of the other beers that we've had. Where to me, if it's hot as shit outside, and I want a beer with some bitterness, but is not too much of anything, this is exactly it. This is a beer that has bitterness. You know, it's not. Oh, is that Is that rope? It's like,
Thank you, Sean.
here's bitter fucking beer. Here's a pale ale. And if that's what you want, here it is. Here's your damn pale ale.
Yep. We got your pale ale right here.
This is kind of what I imagine the beer that like Germans drink when they first drink American beer, and they're like, "This is fucking awful." Like, there's nothing to this other than just bitter pale ale. Like, why the fuck would these heathens drink this all the time? Like, when we have our artisanal spring water going into our polliner.
Was that German? Germanish.
Yeah.
Oh!
Decent catch.
And a
Jesus
good
Christ.
fucking catch, Adam.
Yeah, took one for the team. Yeah, but they use metric, so fuck them. This is America.
How dare they?
And we use the Imperial system, which isn't divisible by 10. That's making it easier.
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, like, inches to feet.
But
Feet to...
feet to miles is divisible by 10.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
I'm sorry, Adam. I spilled your beer.
This is the bartender's job.
I think this is the first time we've actually ever spilled a beer on the podcast.
Somehow, yeah.
Usually...
We've been way more drunk than this. We have been actually inebriated.
We're Utah drunk now. But we've been evil twin drunk.
Myself a Be Right Back coaster.
Anyway.
Maybe that wouldn't have happened if the beer did that get like go to the floor?
No,
or
no. It was yours spilled. Mine was empty. I caught mine. Yours
hell
spilled
yeah.
onto the bar.
Oh, beautiful.
So
That's
we're good.
easy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Maybe
nice.
we should stop using, like, heirloom glasses for this episode. Like,
Heirloom glasses.
well, I mean, that one's from a state you probably won't visit again for at least another 5 years.
I mean,
And that one's one we have lost and mourned over and then found in the fridge.
it's true.
Or in the freezer.
Yeah, we need to get some beater glasses for this
Yeah.
this
Some-
podcast.
Some
All right.
right back.
So
Pint glasses.
We're rating, right?
yeah,
Okay.
and I'll go first, and I'll give this a solid 52.
55.
Adam also going for a 55. I was going to give this one a 65.
Woo!
I thought
Dude, think of your bell curve, dude. You gotta pull that shit down.
Wait. Hey, don't shame him for his rating.
I'm joking. Who gives a shit?
I'm sorry. You're not going to believe this. But, like...
He meant 75.
I meant like 60. I don't know why I said 65. I really mean this. 65
right.
was the first number.
right.
I forgot it.
I'm sorry that
You guys brought up rating again. I was like, what was that number? Oh yeah, 65. I really meant
You are
60.
Utah drunk.
Yeah. I've been climbing rocks all day. I've been riding bikes and mowing lawns.
You wait until your wives hear about this.
All right.
Oh, the one and only
We have
Johnny's.
the Johnny's American IPA from Moab Brewery.
I had this for $6 or $8
Whoa.
It was definitely 8.
outside of Zion National Park.
Inside, at the lodge,
well,
at Zion Lodge.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
that's why it
brewery.
was expensive.
Yeah. So I had this in Zion National Park, and I got this while it was like fucking like snowing and raining outside instead of a hot chocolate. And I was like, if this is not a decent fucking IPA, I'm gonna be very upset. And I was not very upset. I was pretty content. So we'll see if
that
see how I
holds.
feel about that now,
Cheers.
gentlemen.
Cheers.
I have better IPAs, but that's fine.
I don't know. There's kind of a weird taste in there for me.
It's the malty. There's like a malty flavor to it that
Malty.
I like, but Jeremy fucking detests. It's the worst thing he's ever had in his life.
I
Jeremy says, I don't know. There's a weird flavor.
And then
Sean says, he obviously hates it.
fucking hates this beer.
Peace up, Jeremy. Jesus.
Spoiler, Sean made this beer specifically for you. He loves you. He was about to propose with this beer, and
What's that? An engagement ring at the
Let's hear Jeremy choking.
It tastes like diamond dust.
metallic, actually.
I don't.
I wonder what the bell curve is
See the can?
on how funny we are compared to how many beers we've had. Like where does it? Yeah, sure, it goes up from 0, but where does it peak
I feel like
after how many beers?
for me, I've noticed that like we go into the mystery beer episode or fucking shit. We go into the mystery beer segment of an episode, and that's when it starts like going downhill. Like right now, we're like we peaked at least on the last one,
Right.
and now we're like.
Oh no, I don't want to go downhill.
I don't mean to like.
Too fucking light.
I already said it. Now it's true, even though it's probably just a dumb observation by dumb drunk me.
Let's just not even try. Let's just be a boring fucking. Let's just only ever talk about beer and not laugh. Hey, Jeremy, come on! Jesus!
Anyway, I'm enjoying this beer, Sean. What about you?
This is a fine beer. I like IPAs that have the balls to like do a little bit of malt flavor. I think they are tastes that go well together. I think it's an underrepresented category of IPAs. I feel like most IPAs, the whole goal is just to hop the shit out of it. And for you to forget the fact that there was ever even malt in it. And this is like, here's an IPA with some bitterness that also has a little bit of like malt sweetness, malt flavor. And I enjoy it. This is not my favorite IPA. This is a fine IPA. But I like the fact that it does the malt thing adds a little bit to me.
For me, I'm a pretty firm believer that you can brew whatever you want. Beer can be anything it wants to be as long as it has,
As long as I like it.
no, I mean, as long as it has the, like the 4 ingredients that make beer what it is, because it's, pretty variable drink. But like for me, it's like in this specific case, conflicts too much. It's an interesting idea, and I like that exploration in other IPAs that also remember that there is malt. I think that is sort of a lost art, like you said. But for me, it's just like it just leaves enough dislikable things in it for me to be like, it was a good try, but I'm not a fan.
But fuck you.
Okay, if we're gonna go that far.
I'm selling this engagement ring on Craigslist.
This is the first one that we've had in terms of IPAs or pales that brings a little bit of citrus hop flavor that I really enjoy. I like citrus hop flavor and pine. And so far we've just had, this is dry, this is bitter. So this is good.
This is not amber.
This is amber, but you called it a lager.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
This is Amber's
Amber
next door.
lager. And Amber's dash.
Excuse me, it's a Rachel lager. So,
A Rachel bike.
I
yeah.
will say, like, this, the Pale Ale and the FMU have been the only beers to me that, like, stand out as being their style. And at that, I consider this a relatively weak IPA, and the Pale Ale a relatively strong Pale Ale. Where, like, if you gave me both of those and asked me to put them in a category, I would be kind of hard. I would, like, put them in the same category and would be unsure if it was Pale or
okay.
IPA. That
It's the
being
heat
said,
stroke of the brewers.
yeah.
I can't remember.
What are your thoughts on the I in IPA then? Because I kind of don't know what that means really.
India?
Yeah. Like what makes it India compared to a pale ale?
So,
Here's your lesson, kids.
Well, so the story that you hear on the internet, and historians are back and forth on the accuracy of every individual component of it. But the history, or I'm sorry, the like apocryphal story is
mythos.
that there were like there were English soldiers in India.
Apartheid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were occupying this land far away, and they needed beer. And the beer that they were shipping there, what the fuck is happening, guys? Jesus Christ!
Adam said apartheid, and we were like, "What the fuck? What?"
That's South Africa.
Yeah,
Okay,
my bad.
continue with your
Oh,
story.
I didn't
Not
hear
good
you.
with
I
history.
got headphones on. I can't hear you very well. But, so the English were occupying India, and they needed beer. And normal beer that they would send in a ship took so long to get there that it had spoiled by the time it got to India. So they discovered that hops have a natural preservative quality to them. So they started hopping the shit out of their beers to get it to last until it was in India. And the soldiers would drink it like watered down because it was so hoppy. But the generals, the man damn it crowd in India would drink it straight because I don't need to water it down. So they would drink this like straight hopped, super hopped beer. And people ended up liking it. So now we have India Pale Ale.
Okay.
Turns out like there's a lot of problems with that, and that story is not quite right.
Okay.
But that's the overarching thing.
The mythos behind it.
India Pale Ales are typically higher alcohol and higher IBU than a Pale Ale.
I see.
Is the short and hairy of it.
Sweet.
What did you call me? Oh,
Short and hairy. I haven't heard that for a while. That's a good dad-phemism.
It's weird that has become IPAs. I mean, has become an American thing more so than a British thing.
Yeah.
Because
well, and the British still make IPAs, but they're like way different. Like all British styles, they're like less hoppy than American styles, which is funny because they are the ones where it originates.
Yeah.
But theirs are like more malty. They're
More
have
so
more
like
of this character.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
And I think they're like darker because I think they use like interesting malts and not just like the palest malts they can.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna have some listener who actually knows beer, and they're gonna be like, "You dumb shit." That's not what an English IPA is. The English IPAs I've had, which has been 2, were way milder than American IPAs.
Okay.
Fucking pussies.
Can't hang. I bet you just water them down. We're the generals, goddammit. We drink it straight.
Go drink your gin and tonics, you limey bastards.
Go have your tea and scones.
This is a 58.
Well, I haven't even thought of a number
Fuck.
yet. But
Oh, fuck.
Well, he's tinged the waters.
58 is very close to what I was going to say. I was going between like 55 and 60. So
So you want to go 58?
I'm trying to decide if I like this enough to give it a 60. I don't think I do. So I'm going to say 55.
shit.
On the spot.
Yeah,
Do you want a little
I don't
time?
know. Like, I warmed up to that weird taste I mentioned earlier at the 30 minutes ago or whatever it was. So this is like a... I'm going to go straight 60.
Adam?
Give it a 62.
We're all in the right area there, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the mystery beers are next, so I'm gonna wash the glasses real quick.
Yeah, well, we're also going to cut to break,
Yeah.
and then we'll come back with beer news, and then we'll go into those. So
Okay.
you got
My
like
bad.
a little bit of time before you have to wash out those glasses.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the Incredibles meme? Yeah,
Yeah,
I got time.
I got time.
Yeah.
Looks at watch.
So
Here we go again.
stay tuned.
Going ghost.
Kill me.
God damn it, guys! I'm trying to do the outro.
All right, do it. Do your thing.
You're listening to Be Right Back, the Lounge Beer Podcast. Want to see how our ratings stack up? Check us out on Untapped and Beer Advocate. Like listening to us at Beer Right Back, get our t-shirts and gear at teespring.com/stores/beer-right-back. Okay.
Nice clap.
Welcome back to Beer Right Back. Sean, I think, has only just one simple piece of beer news.
Only one. Beer company reaches settlement over misleading packaging. This is from Hawaii News Now, and therefore I think we all know what this is about.
Wait, didn't you have a bit about this before the trial actually happened?
Yeah, so it was announced that somebody was filing a lawsuit against, what the fuck is it?
Kona
Brewing Company, because their beer was being brewed in
in the States, not in
yeah,
Hawaii.
they're being made stateside, anyways.
And they market their beer as being Hawaiian.
Yeah, so they there was a lawsuit filed against them for misleading advertising, and they have reached a settlement. If you're a Kona Brewing Company customer, you may be eligible for some cash back. As a result of a recent lawsuit, the Kona Brewing Company is offering partial refunds for misleading people to think the beer is made in Hawaii. These beers are actually made by the Portland-based Craft Brew Alliance. The bottles are packaged with scenes and images from around Hawaii, like colorful beaches, bright waterfalls, and mountains. The suit alleges that these images made customers think that it was solely made in Hawaii when the beers are brewed throughout several locations in the nation. With a receipt, the company will pay up to $20 to people who bought bottled or canned beer in the last 6 years. Without a receipt, the maximum refund is $10.
How do you get that $10?
You probably go to their website or some shit. I don't know.
Yo, I'm all about
So yeah,
that.
could we say that we had
Dude,
this
yeah.
beer and just get
I mean, I
$10?
have.
Oh,
I've had Kona beer in the last 6 years.
do you have your receipt?
No, but I can get
Take
$10. Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's like $2 for every 6-pack that you purchased up to $10 or some shit like that.
Potentially.
So, whatever. But, fuck it. Yeah. I don't know. I bought Kona beer thinking it was Hawaiian.
I mean, it is Hawaiian. It like,
The recipes are Hawaiian.
and if you go to Hawaii, their beer is brewed there.
Right.
But yeah, I agree.
Interesting that they're being brewed by the Craft Brew Alliance in Portland, since they're AB or Miller Coors. I don't remember which, but they're certainly not craft. Anyways, that's my only piece. It's a short
Little thing.
it's a slow news day. So,
On to the mystery beers.
Yay!
taking a trip from Hawaii now back to Moab.
Back to the desert of Utah.
Oh, I'm parched.
We gotta close our eyes. don't we?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I've been biking all day. I've been climbing all day, and I just need a beer.
In the hot
I live in the
Moab
desert.
sun.
Oh God, what will I drink?
Mormonism.
Not water, of course.
Mormon.
No water for me. I need to get fucking liquored up real fast.
Moab has
style.
two suns like Tatooine, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Just getting off my shift at the moisture farm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to
Tashi
Tashi Station to get some
power converters. And there goes our audience. They're all gone.
I feel like this is the
Listen, if you
the
can't
nerds
quote Star
and
Wars,
the craft
like,
beer is kind of intersecting at
what are
this
you
moment.
doing with your life?
Like what's it I can't remember that comic book
What the fuck are you talking about?
the pancake and the
All right, everybody.
That makes it even more confusing.
Open up.
Do you mean wait,
Open them?
Open up.
Oh,
Okay.
open up.
Hellboy.
Hellboy.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go. Anyway, this beer smells like a
It
beer.
looks like a pale ale or like a sour or some shit.
Kind of got a sweet.
I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, that's not a pale.
Gentlemen.
Cheers.
Jeremy, thanks.
Sorry, I've ruined the sanctity of knocking our glasses together and mumbling a word.
Oh, that's like really sweet.
Oh, that is Is this or is it this other one?
Sean playing his cards close to his chest today.
I know what I think it tastes like, but it doesn't look like what I think it tastes like.
Your eyes deceive you.
I can kind of see that. It's a light gold color beer with a mild head, and it kind of smells like a sour. But then when you take a drink, there's definitely some booze.
I'm getting some strong bitter.
Can I guess? Are we doing style? Can I do style?
Oh, I got it. It's from Moab Brewing.
Oh, dude.
Damn it.
He's done it.
There you go.
He's gassed the
damn.
brewery. All right. Style. Sean.
Hefeweizen.
Nicholas.
Oh my god. It's totally a hef.
My only other guess was Saison, but it's not a Saison.
Jeremy?
So.
It's a hef.
Fuck you guys. I don't know. Just gonna say like a Brett IPA just to.
Yeah. So the strategy move would have been to say like American Wheat Ale or something, because that's what Lumberyard does. Is they have their hef and then they have their American Wheat Ale, which are like almost the same, but they're not.
Okay.
Anyways.
So you guys are gonna have to help me with this. So, on the bottle it says Tripel.
Oh, a triple?
Oh.
No.
Yep. It's a triple.
A Belgian. That tastes a hell of a lot like a hef, doesn't it?
I kind of pegged it as a high ABV hef.
Which is silly because hefs are normally like very low.
But hey,
But
you know
it has
what?
that same yeasty flavor.
Yeasty and just a hint of clove or banana in it. Yeah. Banana.
Nanner.
Oh.
I see the triple now that I know it, but it's like
I was between a hef and like a barley wine. Like not a barley wine, but it has that sort of
Is the triple
weird.
just the triple IPA? Is that literally all it is, or is triple something else?
it's called a triple.
Okay.
There's a Belgian double, triple, and quad.
Okay. So it's a
And-
Belgian triple.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Belgium, it's just a double or a triple. But
If it's an IPA, it will say IPA. But since
kinda what I figured.
But since it doesn't have an E at the end, right? It's just triple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tripel.
Tripel.
That's what I thought it was pronounced, but
Yeah,
maybe I'm
that's
wrong.
Belgian.
Well, I'm glad to know. Glad that I'm no better at determining Belgian triples or quads than I was like fucking 5 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago, anyways.
What next?
ABV? Or do you guys do
Somebody else
IBU
gets
first?
some-
Kind of helps that we know it's a triple.
Yeah.
What, do you guys usually do all three at once, or?
We usually do ABV, IBU, and then either style or brewer.
Okay.
Because now that we have style,
Yeah.
there's sort of
it's
like
like a more limited range.
right,
Educates the other guesses.
right
Okay, sure. Let's do the other two together.
at the same time. Oh God. You want to go first? Or should I go first?
Let's not do them at the same time because
All right.
we have historically had a hard time remembering.
Fair. Okay. All right. Let's do IBU first.
Okay.
Wow. We're kind of whack here today. I
Got a new bartender. So.
yeah, very true.
The
Different rules.
trainee.
The something. Anyway, I'm gonna guess. Let me have another taste of this.
There's more. So
Oh, bomber. Yeah.
6.5.
Wait, IBU?
Oh fuck. Oh well, there you go.
Wait, yeah, we're doing IBU first, right?
if you guys do ABV first, let's just do ABV.
Let's do ABV
ABV.
first.
6.5 ABV baby.
I'll go with 7.6.
8.
6.5,
7.6, 8.
Is it whoever's closest?
Within a margin of 0.5.
Yeah.
Nobody.
So it has. We're doing ABV, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it has an ABV of 8.59.
Oh no! We know
Point for you! Fuck you!
We never go to
Oh,
100.
fuck you!
Fucking A.
So I'm doing research. I'll check the bottle, but I'm doing research.
Holy
Nobody ever goes to the hundredths.
You got fucked there, Sean.
You can't.
They go to the hundreds.
You cannot go to the hundredths.
They go to the hundreds.
You're not accurate to within the hundredth.
Well, still, let's say we round it. 8.6.
I know, but fuck them for doing it. Just call it 8.6. Jesus.
0.09 off a point. Yikes. Okay, IBU.
IBU.
I don't want to play anymore. Fuck you guys. You don't play.
It went Jeremy, Nick, Sean. So if we want to go Sean, Nick, Jeremy.
Whatever.
No, Jeremy, go first.
All right.
Oh,
I went
you went
first.
first. You go first.
Okay. God. This is difficult because I think a lot of the IBU is probably hiding behind the relatively high ABV. But maybe not. I'll say 65.
Old.
Yeah. We're all at 0 points, so
45.
45?
45.
I'm going to go with a straight 50.
You dick.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Take it.
It's 32.
Oh,
God damn it!
So now that all that's been guessed.
It is. Well,
Moab Brewery Tripel.
Oh, it's got a storefront on the back.
Desert Select Ale. Our Tripel was inspired by the hard-working artisan brewers in monasteries across Belgium. It is said that the Belgian Tripel is regarded by the Belgian ale drinker as a style itself. Yeah, fuck you. This is pretty good. This is a good triple. I've had triples that I like and that I don't like. And
This has, yeah, I will have more. This has the exact same. Oh man, there's like
swish that shit. Swish it. Swish it.
What do you mean swish it?
Swish it.
What do you mean
this.
swish it?
swish and flick.
Yeah!
Flick that shit.
That's a cool.
Oh,
there you go.
yeasty.
Oh, fuck you, Sean.
Give yeast.
This has the same flavor of one of my favorite beers of all time, which was at a place in Hawaii. It was Dark Sabbath. It was like a strong Abbey ale, and it has the same sort of yeast characteristics, and it has the same like. Dark Sabbath was like 12%, but it has the same sort of like heartwarming ABV content,
Gotcha.
but it doesn't have quite the same flavor. This is pretty good.
And opaque.
At the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I've been waiting a long time to have that.
You happy with it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This is the most, by a considerable margin, this is the most impressive beer we've had today.
Yeah.
This is a true textbook in the best possible way example of the style. Where the other ones have been ranging from a fine pale ale to not amber ale.
So I guess it seems like both of their pale ale or their India pale or their pale ale, India pale ale, and double IPA are all like fairly standard of sort of what
relatively
they are.
Close to the style.
And I guess their triple is similar in that regard.
Man, there isn't enough strong beers.
Yeah.
From Moab Brewery specifically, or
Anyone. I just want to have more things like this available in mass. Maybe it's kind of hard to like produce this kind of shit in large quantities.
Well,
and
so
not have
they
it
had
just be
3 beers
awful.
that are in like the glass. They're bombers.
And you bought 2 of them?
Yeah, and I got 2 of them.
What was the third?
The third was a Scotch ale. Oh. Or a Scottish ale. And that was like, I was like debating it. And I was just like, do I get all 3? And I was like, no, I have to only get 2. And like part of me regrets getting the Scottish ale. But.
Not getting the Scottish ale?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, well, depending on your next choice, I will. This was the correct choice for one of them. So
if the next one is a lager,
we'll kill you.
The next one is a lager or an amber. You're getting thrown into the brig.
Wow. What do you think, Jeremy?
I don't know. I'm pretty drunk right now. This is definitely. This is probably my first triple.
Yeah.
Unless someone has
Same.
given me something I didn't know what it was. This is kind of in that for me that barley wine category of you buy a big bottle of it, but it's special and you only get one or something like that. And it definitely tastes like one of those. Probably not to the same degree as some of the earlier dark sky stuff we had. That stuff was mind blowing, and this one is just in the great category, but not life changing or whatever. I don't know. Are you asking for a number right now?
I mean,
if you want to give me a number,
we will
Okay.
do.
This is probably 75 for me.
My go, huh? Give it a...
I'm not holding a gun to your head.
Or are you? I mean, we're not on camera, so you could be.
It's your word against mine, I understand.
fair.
But just going to tell you right now.
I'm going to give it a 69. Memes aside.
Sean?
$80.
I was going to give it a 77.
Nice.
Wow. It's pretty good range.
So 75-ish.
Yeah. That's a really good beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have a whole bomber of that.
If I went to Moab and if they had these 7 beers on tap,
This one every time.
I would get that 4 times in a row.
Yeah. Not even close.
Eyes closed.
See if the next one changes. How's mine?
Whee! Sounds good.
I would hope
Thanks, Sean.
I'm feeling a little Utah drunk myself. Jeremy.
Yeah. I could be riding a bike right now. I don't know.
so. Dude, I would gladly be on the Slick Rock Trail right now. If not for this accursed job.
Oh, working.
Damn you.
Capitalism.
Damn you, federal government!
Your boss needs you. You don't need your boss.
How dare you employ me?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give everybody a little more. Just because.
You know what? I think we should keep this bartender around.
What?
Yeah, it's not like
Say-
he lives here.
Well, no, I'm just saying he's very forthcoming. He's like, I'm gonna give everybody a little bit more.
Oh,
That's
okay.
perfect.
That's
right.
what I'm looking for in a bartender.
Yeah.
Eyes open.
Eyes open.
Wow!
Hey,
I can see.
Porter,
Oh.
calling it.
I don't know.
It's a little. It's a little light.
Yeah, but so have all of their beers.
Smell it. Smell it.
Oh.
Gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that doesn't smell like a porter. I know what I'm guessing. The question is...
All right, so IBV first.
IBV.
IBV.
IBU.
IBU.
Don't we usually do ABV or...
ABV first.
All right, ABV first.
IBU style.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Jeremy, ABV.
Jesus Christ! Fucking date me first. Good Lord.
Well, it's not.
There's a hell of a lot going on in that beer.
It's not 40,
But
but
I don't know. A hell of a lot is a big word. A hell of a lot of one thing is going on in that beer.
ABV.
Jesus.
ABV, right? Or
yeah, ABV.
Okay,
Alcohol
Fuck.
per volume.
By volume.
By volume.
Fuck me. Okay.
B.
Thank you, Sean.
B is for bitch. Bitch.
A-N-A-S.
This shit is for bitches.
B emoji. All right.
C-H-E-S.
God,
Oh, that works.
I'm getting. Whatever it is, I'm getting every percent of it in my face.
This is great. I'm really glad that we went through so many beers that were sort of
Eh.
in the 60s, 50s range, and then Moab was like, haha, we can make good beers. We just don't make them frequently.
This is like I don't know. I'm gonna guess like double digits for ABV. Probably a 10.5 ABV.
All right, Nicholas,
I'll guess 8.
Jonathan, takes a sip.
That's a tough one.
He's really trying to win this one.
He is
He's trying to pull it out.
Yeah.
Well, we
We're
don't
still
have
at-
any points right
You're
now.
right.
No,
yeah.
no one has anything.
Sean is off from a point by point.
Well, technically, everybody has Moab Brewery.
That's fair. This is like we're playing Texas Hold'em. Sure.
And there's a Moab Brewery on the river right now.
There's a pear on the board. I keep jumping to the bitterness. I'm having a hard time picking out the
booze.
alcohol.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to.
Speaking of strong
7.59.
So, y'all are going to hate me. It's the same as the last one.
No way.
It is 8.59.
Oh my god, now I get ripped. What the hell? Now I'm mad.
Oh man.
Whereas before I
ridiculous.
was laughing, now I am sad.
No, I know what it's like.
What are you gonna do, Nick? Cry? Piss your pants, maybe?
Wow.
Both.
I'm sorry.
Bullied on the podcast.
What are you gonna do, Sean?
What business is it of yours? Nick. IBU.
All right, the man who is closest to the alcohol content now has to test the bitterness of the water.
This is not water.
Fair.
It has water in it.
That's true. If it didn't, we'd be dead.
You'll be dead.
That's a lot. My instinct is to just go with a straight 100 because there have been a lot of beers in this podcast's past that have been like perfect hundreds.
Sleepers.
That just, you think it's really bitter and then it's like, this is a fucking 100. Get the fuck out of my podcast.
Get the fuck out of my bar.
Yeah. I really want to go with that, but I'll go with an 85.
See, I was going to say 80, but now I'm going to say 76.
95.
Adam?
So, y'all are going to hate me for this,
Oh.
but when I looked it up, this had an IBU of specifically 100 plus.
Oh.
Or
Damn,
ABV.
I should have guessed
or
100
IBV,
then, huh?
sorry.
Yeah.
I would have gotten it.
Does the
I bel-
tolerance level... So Jeremy's 5 off. I've given it to anybody who guessed
I'd give
100
it to
plus.
Jeremy
Oh,
at
yeah,
that point,
definitely.
But I mean,
You guessed 95? That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
a point for Jeremy.
Jeremy reigning champion.
Oh man.
All right. Style of beer.
This goes to Sean first.
Black IPA.
Nick?
Oh.
Brown IPA.
I'm gonna say barley wine. I don't think it is. Fuck. I think it's a black IPA, but
So why
Somebody
not
said
guess
brown
black IPA?
Jesus Christ.
I was gonna go with barley wine, but brown IPA.
Well, I'm going to give it to Sean. It is a black Imperial IPA. But
oh, that's fine.
Sean's
Yeah,
close
that's
enough.
yeah.
I mean, what are those imperialists now?
Jesus Christ.
Ow. Wait,
Desert Select Ale.
That-
It's the same beer!
it's the
It's
same
tinted.
cover, but
It's-
it's tinted
yes,
differently.
They put a sepia tone over it.
and I want to
instead
say
of the green.
the Scottish or the Scotch.
Was
I
it
can't
blue?
Remember. Might have been yellow. I don't know.
it should have been blue, whatever it was.
Is this just a picture of the brewery?
Yes.
That's cool.
So you were there in that picture,
I was there.
sort of.
There
I
you
was
are,
there.
right
Yeah, there's Adam. He's
These are some of the better one-off bombers that we've ever gotten.
I agree.
And really uncharacteristic for the rest of the shit that we've gotten. Everything else was like, yeah, we're in Utah.
sorta lukewarm.
We make 4% beer. And then the triple and the black,
Fuck you.
yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, they're huge. They're strong. They're bitter. They have a presence. Where that's why I really thought lacked in most of the other ones was that.
Except for maybe the double IPA. But even that,
Well, yeah, it's just like there's no consistency, but this one's just it's there. You'll remember that.
oh,
Moab, when they want to, can fucking crank. You know?
Make some hitters.
Yeah.
When they're going uphill and they got to get into that highest gear.
This is you on the trail.
this is.
Yeah.
And then those are
After.
you after the trail.
This is.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. However, I would not recommend trying to hike that thing out onto the trail.
Oh,
no.
I would. I would fucking take that shit.
That's fair if you want to carry the fucking bottle of wine.
Dude, hell yeah.
Also,
Giant glass
it's a diuretic, so it'll dehydrate you.
Yeah, you got a backpack full of water.
Yeah. What's
Whatever.
I'm
You're
from
just
the
like your father.
from the United States of whatever.
So yeah, it was basically between the triple, the black
You made
Imperial
the
IPA.
right choice
Scottish
by
ale.
like, it was easy.
Yeah.
This was,
Fair.
yeah.
I still think the Scottish ale probably would have been good, but
Oh, yeah.
But if I have a choice between a Scotch ale, a triple, and a black IPA, I'm taking these two. 100%. You made
time.
the correct decision.
Hey,
Yeah.
I did it.
That's very good. I'm struggling to pinpoint what I like less about this than Mr. Beer Botto at
Rickety cricket.
the Cricket.
Mr. Beer Botto is very like,
It's more creamy.
it's more creamy and it's also got like a much I would say a much more like, it doesn't like I want to say it doesn't linger as much. It's very just like it knows what it wants to be. It does it like you take a sip. It's like black IPA up front, and then afterwards it's just like, all right, you're done.
But maybe I want that. Maybe a black IPA has a strong presence. Maybe if I'm ordering a black IPA, I want it to be like this. And while I'm pleasantly surprised when it just kind of is calm, tame, relaxes off the tongue, maybe I want it to just be bold and ferocious and just
Fuck me.
in all the right holes.
I wouldn't say Mr. Beer Botto isn't ferocious up front with the extra the I believe the peppers that are involved
Szechuan peppers.
with brewing it, but
I definitely think that the extra stuff in Mr. Beer Botto brings a welcome, if not slightly understated, part of that beer. It is. I think I struggle to come up with a way to improve Mr. Beer Botto.
I do too.
This
it's very
could
like,
be improved, not by much. That's a good beer, and I'm just biased. I really like black IPAs.
No. More beer.
more, please.
All right, that's good. Thank you. Black IPAs are, I think, one of my favorite categories. Just, I like IPAs so much, and then that roasty
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head, and I was just like, well, if anybody says Imperial, like that's the only that's literally the only thing I can be like, well, Sean, like you got close, but whoever said
roast.
Black Imperial IPA
Yeah.
gets the point.
The second sip of that, I was like,
Yeah.
it's bitter enough, and whatever.
That's what I would have guessed. I was just trying to get a point. I was
What
trying to tie Jeremy.
One of our first
What did I even say?
black IPAs on the
I don't fucking know.
podcast,
It was
if I'm not
wrong.
mistaken. I don't think we've had any black IPAs.
Unless you guys
This is
have
the
done
first
Rickety
one?
Cricket.
Yeah.
This is it.
I don't think we've had a triple either.
Dun, dun, dun.
It was certainly my first triple.
Yeah, my first two.
Hey,
Let's go.
That's a pretty good first triple to have.
Okay, that's good to know.
I've warmed up to that for sure.
I mean, I haven't had more than I can count on my hands worth of triples.
Yeah.
They are not made that frequently.
Few and far
And
between.
honestly, I can say the same thing for black IPAs. You don't see them really anywhere. I certainly haven't had more than 10.
Yeah, there was.
Like-
I forget. Somebody does like a double black IPA. Who was that? I want to say it was like somewhere in town, but I can't remember. Remember, Sean?
Mother Road.
Okay.
Lost Highway.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Lost Highway is good.
Yeah. Lost Highway is
I
right.
don't know if it deserves the double in it though.
I mean,
It's
in all like
Yeah.
it's by tech. I guess it's by very strict like. It is a double IPA by
Okay.
the standard
Yeah.
of a double IPA.
Yeah.
Or double black IPA, excuse me.
And then there's the shitty one from Lumberyard that is an IPA literally mixed with a...
Beaver Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't count. They
And they call it a
I
double
mean, they
black?
call it... Yeah, they call it a black
I guess
IPA.
by definition it is, but...
I don't know. Yeah.
anyway.
That's definitely a failure. Adam?
Me?
Yeah,
Numbers.
I have to rate this? I have to be the... Wait, did we even rate the last one?
we did.
We did.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The last one is like basically as close to the Hall of Fame as you can get without being on the Hall of
I
Fame.
think if I had to rate this, I would give it a 75.
Starting off well. Jeremy?
I'm gonna have to go with a 70.
Sean?
Takes another sip. Confirms his initial opinions.
70.
73.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Moab, you just need to do some more bold shit. You just need to break out of your shell. It's sort of like a scared teenager, like becoming who they are. Because, like, if they can make this triple and they can make this black IPA, they can make a lot of shit. And they can do
good
it like
brewers.
they're really good. They know
Well,
what
so,
they're doing,
I think-
but they spend their time making fucking Dead Horse Amber.
I think
Like-
part of it is sort of what you said in that, like, you know, I think it was what Sean was saying in that, like, you know, if you want an IPA, like, Moab Brewery's got you covered. In that you will get a very standard IPA.
But I want this all the time. I want these really bold, powerful, innovative. Well, maybe not innovative,
Or
but like
different, I guess.
but like compelling beers. You know, that's what sticks out to really anyone, I think. You know, like you're not going to remember just a standard IPA. You're going to remember a really good triple.
Well, to their credit, I wish our town, Flagstaff, had brewers like these that sort of... They're not on the extreme end, granted, of like Dark Sky, which is like, you know, pulling some really crazy artisanal, like, experimental stuff all the time, and then like, I don't know, like Lumberyard, that's just kind of following the trend. Like Moab definitely knows how to do something well, and so I wish I had one of them around to sort of be the intermediary between those two. That's sort of like if I wanted to take my friend to a bar that wasn't into his craft beer as much as I was, Moab would be a choice every time, pretty much.
Yeah.
These beers are boring. Is the best way I can. Is they are good. They're fine.
Yes.
But they don't do anything that I can't get somewhere else.
Other than the two mysteries.
Those are great. Like I've said it before with music. It's like we need more weird music. I think we need more weird beer. I think we need more brewers who are like willing to stick their neck out and try something crazy that hasn't been done or has only been done a couple times and do something stupid. And maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but that's what they do. And Moab doesn't do that, and they seem to have a market, and good for them. But these last two are certainly like the most compelling beers that I've had from them. So
I have one final question for you, Sean. Given our like mean average scores, like is boring worth a 60 or deserving of a 60 rather?
I don't think so. But I think the numbers show I was less generous with these beers than
true.
I think the average is below a 60 for at least these first 6.
And I think that tells the whole story. I think these beers, excluding the last two, are 50 averages or 50-ish averages, which is they're fine. They're not gross. I will enjoy them, but Jesus Christ, come on, something.
Okay.
Right? Give me something.
Okay.
So, Moab, you got good brewers. I'm glad to have you on. And I mean, we're gonna have whatever your Desert Select series anytime we find them. I'm looking for
Certainly, yeah. I don't know what we're doing next time on the podcast. Do we even know? Probably gonna edit.
flying by the seat of our pants. We're just gonna fucking go in and point at 6 random cans.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
But certainly, whatever you find at the store, you can drink along with us and have a beer. That's the point of the whole podcast. So have a beer. Join us next time on Beer Right Back, the Lounge Beer Podcast.